Hello everybody and welcome to the Protoss tutorial number 3, fixing mode, because right now I am in the middle of fixing everything to make sure it comes out as one and is all beautiful and wonderful for you to listen to. So what actually happened is yesterday I recorded the tutorial, I did it, I went through 1 hour of games, I played 4 games I think it was in a row, I then looked at it and was like, great, it's about just under an hour, let's upload it. Alright, cool, upload it. I then uploaded it, I waited for it to process, I went out food shopping while it was processing, I come back to find a brilliant quality 1080p video on YouTube ready to go. I look at it and I'm like, looks awesome, intro fantastic. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not speaking. Wait, what? And I look to the floor and I see my microphone is unplugged. That's right, I recorded the whole thing without a bloody microphone plugged in. So I'm having to re-record over it now, over the games I did yesterday with the video, but different audio. Alright, so welcome though anyway to this Protoss tutorial, and we're going to get this underway. So we opened up with a PvP here, and with a PvP on Daybreak, I wanted to, this is my plan, I wanted to show you guys a Robotics, a Stargate opening. Because I'd used Robotics facility in other episodes, and I said, well, let me show you how I can use Stargate and look at the weaknesses, the strengths of it. Because when you play a style such as Stargate, it is a little bit more difficult. The reason for that is because not only do you have to focus on Phoenix, the control of the Phoenixes, you have to come back and you have to be able to focus on macro. You need to be focusing on, getting your pro production down, getting your units out, getting your production down. And not only that, you need to be scouting heavily on reacting. How do you use your Phoenix energy? Are you picking up probes? Are you saving it? Are you attacking? Are you defending? And so you need to think about all these different ideas that come from a Phoenix opening, which is what I wanted to display as much as I could in this game. So we've got our screen locations down as always, F1, F2, F3 and F4, and now we're just focusing on getting probes queued up together and paired up. We're going to get 13 gateway down and then just return back to mining. We see a very early probe and it comes behind our mineral line, and it's something I didn't really think about at the time because it was the first game of the day. And now what I wanted to do was say, well, wait a minute, what happens if he cannon rushed me? Luckily he didn't in this game, but in the next PvP that I do have later on in this episode, I'll show you how to deal with that. I'm going to go ahead and check around for proxies. Don't want to have any gateways in my base from the natural and have a better reaction time to it as well. And we're just going to go check the lower third as well. So the lower third base here is a location where potentially stuff could happen. And I see this and I'm like, wait, what? Why is there a pylon there? And then I see it cancelled and kind of go over it. I'm like, alright, cool, cancelled. And I just kind of come back and do my own thing and go scout out what's going on. So I was a little bit confused. As we get the cybernetics called down. We'll be going for a second gas before Zealot here, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember correctly. The second gas before Zealot basically means we get gas a little bit faster here, and there it is. And with the gas a little bit faster, is that we are able to tech up that a little bit faster too. Alright, so we come in and I see a forge and a gateway, a little bit confusing. And upon seeing that, I'm like, well, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? And the forge is now finished up. Not too sure what's going on. I'm going to get into the gas and go ahead and see a cannon coming down. I'm a little bit confused at the moment. Not too sure what's going on. I'm saving my stuff. I'm going to get another pylon down. So I'm just going to, exactly what I was saying at this time when I recorded. I was like, well, what's kind of going on here then? And just going to get trapped a little bit with the probe. I'm going to move the Zealot, make sure there's no cannon rushes, Zealot cannons around my base. And we are going to continue through with this. So we do have a sentry being built. And we'll see a second gas finally go down. We've got a lot of chrono boost saved up to go for our Stargate, and we'll put that down. Very late cybernetics call from him, so we don't need to worry too much about being attacked or anything. And the sentry does come out now to help us. So now with the amount of chrono boosts we have saved up, we've got 89 chrono boosts. Probe gets stuck and we do get our probe trapped. But we got a great defensive setup now. We've got a sentry that's going to have 2 full so that if anything does come, and nothing is going to come because his cyber core was so late. And we just now focus on chrono boosting out these Phoenixes. So a little bit confused on what his plan actually is. I mean, on the last episode, we were facing up against like platinum players. So I'm a little bit confused with what's going on. We just get the robo down anyway. Just to be safe, we can get an observer out, we start to build immortals, the second gateways come down as well. And now as the Stargate finishes, we check our probe count and we've got 2 lines and 3 probes. So it's absolutely fantastic. and we just go ahead and stop probe production and focus on units, which are going to be Phoenixes. So the Phoenix is coming down now. We're just going to build one initially, then Chronoburst the second one straight away behind it, and we're going to go when we have 2, and then the 3rd and 4th will follow behind. You don't need more than 4 Phoenixes. So with the Phoenixes, you can scout with them, we can find out what's going on, we can feel his build out, what's he doing, what's he trying to do, and set up a defense, and we'll play it out from there. So right now, we're just getting these Phoenixes together, continuing to Chronoburst into the Stargate. There's another one going down. We turn these gateways to warp gates. We have 2 gateways and a rowboat. And we have 2 Phoenixes out now, and we can start to make our way across. And we expand as well behind this. I'm going to go Phoenix expand. And the expansion's normal. And then we can, of course, start to adapt upon what we scout now. So the Phoenix is going to go in, the 3rd one's on the way. And we go in, we see double gas, see a Twilight Castle, and it is researching something, because you can see it going up and down a little bit faster than the light. So let's pick off a couple of probes here, just one, and while we can. And it's either Zealot Charge, it's, Blink, not too sure. We do see 2 Stalkers, so it does seem to be like Blink going to come in and do a bit of damage again. Slow his probes down. And I will start to build out an Observer initially. So it could be like DT Archon into Zealot Charge as well, so I'm going to get an Observer first. I'm going to scout out now his expansion and add a couple of gateways, or a gateway for now. And we've got an Immortal queued up behind that, and we see no expansion. Alright, so upon seeing no expansion, I check the 3rd base, and now I stop using Phoenix Energy. I have a look in again, see what we can find. And okay, Sentry is definitely worth it to use energy, but not for a probe. So use a Sentry, then get out. And now we just Chronoburst into the Immortals, because we need Immortals out. And it looks like it's going to be Stalkers, because there's not a lot of Zealots. It looks like it's Blink. We put the red health Phoenix at the back, of course, so it doesn't get hit first. And we're just now going to start to increase our unit count. We've got another gateway coming down as well. And we're just saving our energy. We're looking around, see if there's anything proxied, whether it be Archons, like the Dark Shrine, if we see any proxy bases or anything. Just scouty, looky, and just continuing to add on the 4th gateway now, another Immortal when we can. We have a look, see if he's moving out now. And he is moving out. Alright, so we see him moving out. That's fine if we can get that Sentry. Alright, cool. There's a Sentry, so we get another Sentry and we can get out again. Get another Immortal down. He's got quite a few Stalkers there, so we're going to have to continue to warp in some Zealots. We got an Immortal. Don't want to lose them. They're going to be useful in picking up some Stalkers. So right now we're just dealing with this counterattack. We stopped probe production. We got 4 gateways coming down. We got another Immortal on the way. We're opening Zealots instead of building probes. And now we're getting ready to defend. So Guardian Shield gets shut down immediately. But we got a lot of Zealots there to buffer. And then the Immortal can do damage. You can blink on it though. But we have another Immortal so close and a 3rd one on the way. The Phoenix is coming in. This is what you use the energy for. Pick up 1, 2, warp in some Stalkers. And now his army's been cut in half basically, because they're in the air. And with the with the Immortal there, there's nothing he can do. We can go back to probe production, and we can throw down Robotics Bay, and we've just successfully held off that attack with the Stargate opening, even without that 4th gateway. And there's the Robotics Bay, and the game can go on to a different stage. We got an Observer out, and Sentries now to start building up the energy again. And now that we know that he's falling back and most likely going to expand from here, now is the chance, now is the time to go ahead and start picking up probes again. Because we don't need to defend, we can start picking up probes. So get into the gas probes, you can pick off some mineral probes. Just be annoying, you can go out, get out, and then go around and scout. We've got Robotics Bay coming down, so we can build Colossus. We've got a great probe setup. We're going to take the gases immediately on the natural. We're going to build 1 more Immortal by the looks of it. And a couple of pylons will need to come down, so we're at 76 out of 76. But the Phoenixes now are going to be very durable. Very good at picking up probes consistently, scouting. We see his nexus so far behind. Gonna poke in for another probe kill. Get one and get out, because he has got blink, and cannons coming down now, 2 in the mineral line. So that's 300 minerals he's dropped on defense and cannons. Is the nexus really late? So now what we're going to do is just build a 2-base timing. We're going to use what we have as an advantage, which is our tech. We have 3 Immortals. We have Colossus on the way. We'll have Thermal Lance. And we can just throw down a bunch of gateways. We can even put down a forge if you want as well. But we have such a massive advantage. We come in and we double check again. We see, like, well, our gas has been down for ages. He hasn't got it down. His nexus still is not there. He's got no probes there. Unless he's double expanding, there's no way we're behind in this game. So now I'm just looking to finish this nice and swift. So Thermal Lance being chronobursted out. Colossus being chronobursted out. Extra gateways coming down. 3 extra gateways. That'll lead us to a total of 7. Which would be very good at warping in units consistently. We just check our probe count, because you don't want to over probe And we see almost ready there. There's a couple probes missing. And once the probes are done, we stop probe production at roughly 48 to 50 probes, which is 2 base saturation, while spending all of our money on attacking units. We are going to poke in again with these Phoenixes and see what we can do. A couple of gas probes, always nice to pick off. Gonna lose a Phoenix. Alright, lose a Phoenix, and we just leave those 2 now. We're almost ready, though. We're probably just going to go with 3 Colossus. There's a very strong number. Get down a bunch of pylons while we can. And warp in as many units and just get ready to go. And there's pretty much no way that he can hold off his timing. He hasn't got a 3rd base. He's really, really far behind. Ooh, excuse me. You could take a 3rd base and say, you know, come to stop me taking a 3rd base, but there's no really need. Just chronoboost into the Nexus, get another cheeky probe kill. Oops. I laughed at myself when I did that. We do get another probe kill, get out in time, and 1 more Colossus on the way, and then we're going to go. You could probably just go with 2 Colossus, but just securing the victory. We don't want to drop the ball at any time here. And Phoenixes can be used to lift up units, Immortals, Stalkers in the fight. We are going to poke in again on the natural, check his gas again, and be like, LOL, it's really far behind. And we've been gassing for like 10 minutes now, maybe. So incredibly far ahead. And now as the 3rd Immortals, 3rd Colossus on the way, we can make our movement out. We can get a probe with us as well, and we can go ahead and build aggressive pylons. We're just going to finish this up with our 7 gateways, 3 Colossus, 3 Immortal. There is nothing, even without forges, that we don't have anything down. We're just going to go. There's our pylon, there's our Phoenixes that see nothing on this Nogatow, so he's going to be oblivious to this. Forge coming down anyway, just in case somehow he holds this off. But I'm not expecting that to happen here. So here comes the attack. And this is going to be a very one-sided fight here, but securing the victory, panning out how we wanted to win from the start. Successfully defending his counter push, securing our natural, spreading out our units, and then we're going to be able to go in. So Phoenix is on 2, everything else on 1. G activated for Guardian Shield. We attack in, and there's nothing really to pick up here. I mean, everything's going to get whitewashed, and he knows it too. And GG is called, and well, that was a pretty convincing game, and I did want to show you how to use Stargate play. So we did that, and we actually got some achievements. So, solo Protoss 10 games in a row. And it was against High Silver, so alright. So, weirdly, we have a bit of a drop in skill. We had Platinum last time, yeah. So I'm just checking what we played against last time, Platinum. And it was Silver this time. We lost rank 6 in Bronze League at the moment. And fortunately, though, this was recorded but right before the season lock. And if I want to get episode 4 done soon, well, I'm in the season 4 lock. But we do have a Zerg player now, Ziggy Ziggy R. I'm sure that's like a Spice Girls song, isn't it? Ziggy Ziggy R. I don't know, I can't remember. You know? Ziggy Zig 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 Zag Dars. Something like that. I remember Crazy Spice was saying it, or whatever her name was. Anyway, enough Spice Girls talk. Let's get back into this. We're back on Daybreak. Good Luck Have Fun called by Ziggy R, and Good Luck Have Fun called by Protoss Cute, which is me. And we're going to be playing against a Zerg. So I can't remember exactly what I did in this game. It was recorded yesterday, audio today. And let's find out. Pylon here. Probe there. And we've done our screen locations, I think. Of course, on Daybreak, you want to be aiming for a Nexus first. Pretty much every game, going for a Nexus first will give you a really good economy. I remember this game now. Okay, I remember this game. Alright, so going Nexus first is obviously really good on a map like Daybreak. It is big, early pulls are not strong here because it takes a long time to get across, and you can easily wall off. So that's what we're aiming to do. We've got a probe scout. We'll be able to go in and see if there's any early pull. We'll be able to go in and see what's going on. And what do we see? And we see gas. Alright, so gas taken very early on here before hatchery, before pull. So with gas so early on, means speed very fast. Means very fast layer, means attack, roach bailing, ling bailing, anything like that. Any type of all-in. And if it's going to be any type of all-in, we've got to be very, very good on our scouting. Very good. So we don't really want to lose our probe. So we want to go in now. Because right now we should be seeing the spawning pool come down. We see he's mining. Alright, cool. He's mining from there. There's the spawning pool. Gonna go Nexus first anyway, because we can't be stopped. His pool is late. It's not like an early pool. And I think I go to his natural, and then I'm like, well, I don't really need to stay at his natural anymore. I want to go in and check about the time when 100 gas should have been mined. We get our forge down and another pylon as well in a minute. I'm just going to start to create this wall off on our natural. And we can start pro production. We're going to go in now, and we try to look in for how much gas has been mined on that extractor. We click it. Alright, so it's been mined about 114. We can see that by 286 or 236, 286. What is it? I don't know actually. And I don't want to rewind it now. But I saw like 100 gas have been mined. He's not mining gas. Wait. 236. No, 280. I don't know. God damn it, I've lost my mind. It's 250 in it. 2,500 gas. I'm not doing math on camera. Anyway, I knew that 100 had been mined basically needed getting speed. And now I've gone ahead and hid my probe. And getting into the gases. I think I took the gases a little bit early here, before the gateway. Which is going to delay us a little bit. We'll have a little bit more gas. That's a bit of a mistake on my behalf. You should have got the gateway down first, then the gases. But it's okay. It's not like a big mistake, but it's a little mistake here. And now we're going to go in and see if he's expanded. We'll try and get in and see what his gas count is as well. And we'll see how that's going to pan out, and we'll see what he's trying to do. I want to go around the back. We don't want to go across the Zelnoga Tower because he could have a ling there by now. Around the back, I don't think he will, so we'll try and get in as much info as possible. And you can already see we got like 160 gas because our gas is a little bit faster than it should have been. So there's the expansion coming down really late compared to us. We've got a great economy. I'm going to go in, and what do we see? No gas, so 2386. 2386. 2386. 2386. That's what it was. Anyway, so we're just going to focus on getting the cybernetics core down, creating a wall off, get a zealot out as soon as possible. Just make sure we do look at the wall off. And 4 lings come in, so we're going to have to use our probes. There's only 4 lings, so we shouldn't really lose any probes. We lose 1. 1 probe for 1 ling for 4 lings is fine, especially considering how far his hatchery is actually behind. His hatchery is really far behind ours. We're crossing into the nexus now. We've got a great economy set up, but I am a little bit interested in what he is doing with this. So I'm going to get my +1 down because I've got a lot of gas. I'm going to continue to Chronobus in this nexus because we do need probes. Get another pylon down, and we'll just go for a robotics facility. Getting the observer out is going to be key. We scout out what he's doing. We'll get research down. Chronobus into a sentry because we want to be defensive. Get the zealot to wall in. Slight supply block there as our pylon's just finishing up on the ramp. Unfortunately, a bit of a waste of a chrono boost. And we do get that robo down. All right, so there's the robo coming down. Good probes on the main, so we're going to waypoint to the natural, and we're going to take the gases on the natural now. A little bit later on than you'd expect, but that's just because the way this game has been shaping out. And now we're just going to put pylons on the right and left hand side of our base because we don't want to get nidus wormed or anything like that. So we're just covering angles, making sure we see everything. Sentry down, another one behind it. And looks like we're just going to get into these gases. Good pylons finishing in the main base. We'll build an observer straight away. Incredibus an observer out to go find out what he's doing. Twilight Council's going to come down, so we get a +2 and get Blink if he goes Mulus. Just owning basically down both tech trees with Robo and Twilight Council, so we can have the best possible reactions. 3 gateways going to come down as well here, and with 3 gateways coming down, that's going to give us a bit of a safety net with unit production. Probe production's looking really good as well. And we're almost saturated on 2 bases, but we're still very much in the dark, so we're going to have to get 2 observers. We've got 2 sentries and a zealot, and a bunch of gateways. We can go straight to +2 in a minute as well, get Blink out early on. Don't know what we're playing against, very much so in the dark. Can't send out any probe or zealot because he's got speed links, so we're going to get +2. Playing it defensively, and let's find out if he's got a 3rd base or not. I'm going to get another unit out there. Alright, 3rd base down. A decent amount of probes there too, and gas is taken, so now I'm like, wait a minute. Alright, maybe he just got speed and expanded a lot. And I'm going to have to go take my new base, so that's what I'm planning on doing in a minute. As we scout his natural, I'm like, oh god, he's got gases and probes here. Let's go scout his main. Now I start to open zealots, and I'm going to go expand, because I realise I can. Double evolution chamber, a macro hatch down, a baleen nest, and I'm like, god damn it! I got tricked a little bit here, and I played a little bit too defensive than I should have. So he probably has a lead in this game at the moment. We're going to get this 3rd base down. See, double evolution chamber and a baneling nest. So it looks like he's going to be playing double ling upgrades with banelings as well. So like a baneling drop style. A baneling's drop style is pretty good, but it's going to be more on us. How defensive can we play? It's going to be a defensive game from us for sure. Defensive, make sure we don't move out, because if we move out with a small match units, we're just going to get crushed. We're going to create a wharf on this third base now against ling heavy. Gonna, extend a wharf, so pylon, gateway, pylon with 2 cannons behind, and we create a small little location where we will fight. Robotics bay coming down now to add in to do the damage to the ling and banelings. And now we're just playing defensive. Got a lot of force fields, some zealots in too. Extend that wall off very tight between the right hand side and the left hand side, only if a couple of force fields needed. See, all gas is taken now. And we're going to be just looking around. See if he's got spy infestation pit down, a 4th base down as well. So I was really starting to panic here a little bit. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little bit out macroed here, as my 3rd base isn't even done. But we do transfer down to this immediately and take the gases. See his lings at 0-0 at the moment. See an overseer, so we've got to move our observer. And start to warp in some stalkers. Gateway is going to transfer over to warp gates, and we're just playing defensive so far. +2 done, +3 beginning, and we can start Colossus production. And we're going to get shut down here. We do have another one, an observer in the middle of the map. We're just going to look out and find out how he's planning to play this out. We really need to find out his hive timing. So I think I set my observer up to the natural and into his main base in a minute, because I want to know exactly what he has planned. When's he going to take his hive? Because I see spine crawls coming down. My observer gets shut, and I'm like, damn it! And now I'm in the dark. I move out to the Zelnog tower just to put a bit of map control out, getting the gases on this 3rd base. And I'm very much so I don't know if he's gone up to hive fast. I don't know if I have to hit a timing, if I need to play defensive. So I'm going to get the Temporal Archives down to build Archons and get Storm against Ling Baneling of what I think it's going to be. I'm going to take the Zelnog tower and get that new observer to the base to find out if he's gone hive. Because that's going to be how we play. It's going to be on what he does with the hive. So we have thermalites coming down, more and more gateways coming in as well, and increase that gateway count. And we've got a lot of chrono boost, small army, but we're in a defensive posture with force fields available, so we're okay. Probe got stuck, oopsie daisy. Another Colossus out, and no hive. Alright, so no hive, Ling's being built. Now I'm freaking out. So I'm playing very defensive, get rid of this Overlord. And we're going to get Storm down. We've got Zealot Charge too, and Storm. Start making some Archons. And then, very shortly, I remember a click happened in my head. I'm like, he could drop stuff into my mineral line. Like Baneling. So I do think about that. Because he's still at layer. And I'm going to take a 4th base. And the reason why we're taking a 4th base instead of attacking is because he's at layer. In a straight-up defensive style, I'm going to win. And they'll come down the cannons. So we're going to do some more on this left-hand side base as well. And we're just going to slowly but surely play it out slowly. Because, okay, that was an overseer. I freaked out again like I did in the game. I thought that was an overlord. Anyway, like I was saying, is that any mid-tier army, Terran or Zerg... Wait a minute, that makes sense. Yeah, Terran... No, wait. So any mid-tier Zerg army against Terran or Protoss will always fail versus the later stages of a Protoss or Terran army. Because Ling, Baneling, Muta, for example, in Terran and against Terran, will eventually die out. You have to tech up, right? You have to go Hive. So if he's not at Hive, we don't need to attack. I see him blip on my minimap, and I'm like, ah! And that's what I thought was coming. We're going to lose a lot because that's a lot of Banelings. And ouchie, ouch. So he's lost about 20 probes there. We're going to have to rebuild. And that kind of sucked. The cannons weren't down fast enough. Going to try and intercept ones on natural. We got a bit of cannons here on Stalker, so we should be okay. But good drops by him. That one goes down. The next one's going to go down as well. Raining blood. Alright, so we defend in the main. We lose a bit on the natural. But what we're going to do now is we're going to start to launch an attack shortly. And once we fortify up our 3rd and 4th base with cannons, we're going to start to make a movement out. Like I said, this mid-tier Zerg army can't beat this upgraded Protoss army. It doesn't matter. There's no Hive. He's got a Spire down. I don't think he's going to be building Mutalist, which is a little bit weird. And in a minute, as we cannon up, I'm going to start to get a little bit aggressive. We've got a Stargate coming down to go Fleet Beacon as well. And we can start to make our movement out. I'm just playing it very cautiously. Get to 200 supply as fast as you can. Get a good army that can't ever lose. And that's how to win this kind of scenario. You don't need to push out as a timing. You just need to build an army and go. And getting the gas on this third base after losing those probes. We've almost recovered from the probes we lost. And with a fourth base down in the middle too. Still no hive. I keep checking for it. And we're just going to make our last bunch of units before we get ready to go. A couple more pylons just to push us all the way up to 200s. And we can start to make our movement out now. So we're going to make our movement out. And the way to win the fight is very methodically. Spreading out, force fielding, blinking, Archons at the front, and so on and so on. So not so much focusing on macro, because we got the best army. As long as we just have the best army and keep the best army, we're going to win. So I'm hold position, I'm spreading out. I know he's around somewhere. Pylon coming down. Gonna poke forward a little bit and bring this hatchery down in a second, just very slowly. He's around here somewhere. There's a couple of lings. I'm gonna bring this one down, and we will. And then we go back to hold position, spread out again. Here he comes. Force field's coming down on the right hand side. Is that it? Nope, here it comes. Here come the lings. Here come the overlords. And all you got to do is spread out. So now just grab everything and spread. Box spread. Box spread. Warp in new units. Box spread. And then eventually the Archons will soak up so much. You got a lot of units left over, and you're just going to win this. As you can see, just complete annihilation. And this mid-tier army was never going to face off against this one. So ideally, what he should have done is already been at Hive and had Broodlords ready to go. If I'd ever pushed out earlier on to prevent the Hive, he should have exploded on my army. But that's not quite the case here because he didn't go Hive. Warp in some more Zealot and Archons and kill off these bases, and we're pretty much going to be untouchable. Now, Mutalisk coming in for no reason. I don't really know why. It's really bad to tech switch over to Mutalisk at this stage, just because they can't beat Stalk and Archon, and I have Storm 2 if need be, if I want to do that. And now we're just going to come down, and I don't think he's going to be able to stop us here, unfortunately. And it's been a long, slow, but patient, cautious game. The Hive now coming down, but a little bit too late. And we're just going to march our way to victory. This army, this Death Ball is not going to be stopped, no matter what happens. And we can go up to the natural and start to kill off these. We do have 4 bases. Don't know where those probes are going, but I don't mind. And as you can see, the Mutalisk switches in, but it doesn't do anything. We got like 3 1-1 upgrades, so +3 attack, 1 shield, 1 armor. Got a lot of Stalkers, Archons. Get more some Stalkers to go up to the top left or something to see where those drones went. But a good game is called there by Ziggy. And we move on to another game. So very slow, methodical, cautious, patient, passive game played. And he was Gold League, okay. Alright, so let's go now load into the next one. And let's find out how it's going on. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed episode 1 and 2 and hopefully episode 3, even though there's a bit of the technical difficulty with it. It is coming out for you. Can't believe I recorded without my microphone on. That was a little bit silly, but it happens to the best of us. So we are just going to load into this next game. Currently ranked 5 in Bronze League. We've played roughly 11 games in a row now. We haven't got promoted, but we do have another one incoming. We're roughly going to try and get in about 4 games. We are going to have a PvP this time against Rainbow Dash and Daybreak. This time, I'm going to play Robo. I showed Stargate before. We're going to go back to a very solid Robo style. We're going to focus, actually, on the defensive setup with our gateway and pylon against any cannon rushes. And I'll show you how to do that. Basically, you just need so there's a place where you can cannon rush. It's in between, like, 2 locations. So right south of the nexus and then slightly to the west. And then as soon as you wall that off, he can't get in there to build anything, right? So that's how it's going to be done. And I'll show you exactly now. So there, I just boxed them up. You basically want to be boxing around there. So we're going to do our pylon here to prevent him coming in. And then we put the gateway on the left-hand side of that pylon to prevent him coming around the back. Just to create a wall off. There's different variations of how to wall off. As you can see, the radius, we put the gateway there where that green little box was. And he can't come in and wall with any unit structures of his own, can't hide his pro behind, and we just play it defensive. So if you ever lost the cannon rushes, copy this, what I do. So we're going up to 12, 13 gateway, we'll kind of just one more time, and then we'll get this gateway down, and it'll come before any probe of his can come in as well. So we're going to get this gateway down, and you'll see it now on the left-hand side. And now watch that, look. Bam. And now we can't cannon rushes anymore, because there's nowhere to hide and do this. So now we've protected ourselves. The one thing you have to be very cautious about is not getting units trapped behind the mineral line in between the pylon and gateway, but you can just do that with good, decent waypoint. We're just going to go to normal gas. We're going to scout after gas now, just check for proxies in our base. We're going to check for proxies on naturals. If we were to be proxy, there's a couple of ways to deal with it. You could just chronoboost into the gateway initially to get a double zealots out, and then into stalkers off one gateway. You can go ahead and put down another gateway and not even take gas, and just eventually outmine him because you have more probes. You can get a third gateway down. There's a couple of ways to deal with it. But right now, we are going to get the cybernetics core down, and we're going to play it. It's pretty standard. We'll most likely just take the second gas again before the zealot. We haven't seen any proxies or anything, so we can skip the zealot for now. And there's the second gas. And like I said, we're going to be aiming for robotics facility style. I'm going to get that zealot out. And we can build another probe in a minute. Let's check what he's going to do, though. What is he doing? And we're going to go in and we see, alright, cybernetics core, we compare it to ours. Okay, it's roughly the same, but he has a lot of chrono boost available. A lot. His cyber core is a little bit faster, actually, a few seconds. He's got a lot of energy saved up. So right now, upon seeing that, and as you, as a Protoss player seeing that, you should be like, alright, one-on-one on the gateway cyber core is fine, but if he spends every single one after that into the cyber core, he's going to have like a 5 minute 50 warp gate timing, where his warp gate will be done and can be aggressive. So we need to be very cautious with this. A little bit interested that he didn't scout me early on, but double gas taken out. Might be a fake. Did get a little bit pylon bot there, and we are going to leave now as his stalker will make its way out. But we are going to play a robo style no matter what, and we can get that down in a second. And we can go for a sentry too. And guess what happens to my stalker? Take a guess. Damn it. Alright, I'm going to have to break down that pylon and rebuild another one. I have to build it on the left-hand side, otherwise my gateway gets powered. So we're facing aggression by the looks of it, and my stalker gets bloody trapped. I'm going to have to, chrono boost into the cyber core setting again in a second, and we're going to chrono boost into the robotics facility, get another gateway down. And another one. So we're a total of 3 gateway. We're going to get the sentry here. And we have to work our way out. We have got a force field available, and there's a chronobus into the cyber core. Gonna try and find out what we can with this probe. What are we gonna see? Oh my god, there's a pilot in my base! There's a pilot in my base! I have no idea how that even happened. There's a pilot in my base and a probe. And we're gonna have to kill that as fast as we can. And we got an immortal on the way anyway. But I realised now that that's why he didn't scout me. He did scout me, but he was in my bloody base. There's 4 gateways down in his main. We cancel that luckily. And we do avoid certain death. Or we may have been okay anyway. We do have an immortal about to come out. We would have to buffer a little bit with some probes. But we are okay now. And there's nothing left in our main base. We're just going to defend with immortals. We did see 4 gateways down. So we're going to go 2 immortals, then observer. 3 gateways down. Get another pylon down in a second as well. And we're just getting ready to defend. And 2 zealots. Here's a stalker. Could have trapped it, but I don't want to waste energy. I'm going to get another immortal out. I'm going to get some pylons down as well. One goes down. I can get another one down as well. And then come back. And we're just going to go for the observer, because the observer is going to tell us 2 things he does now. He continues with aggression, and it fails, or he falls back and expands, which I'm hoping he does. We're going to get a little bit eager with our army, and we move down shortly. It's becoming later and later. And the game, as the time, as the clock ticks by, is it less likelihood of aggression we're going to see. So we're having a look around now, having a quick look-see, and we don't really see anything. So our observer's going to now make its way across the map, and observer making its way across the map will get that clarification on what's going on. We can expand, though, at the same time. Don't want to fall too far behind. We don't need to wait to see his expansion before we put ours down. We can feel it out. And we'll just play defensive, though, stay on our ramp. We don't need to go down, though. We don't want to be forceful out or anything. We build another observer with our army, just in case his observer's here or something along those lines. And trying to find out what's going on. Robo Bay can come down. We are looking to play the mid game. He's not attacking. I did see an observer there with my observer, and that's what that rapid boxing was there. And I'm going to try and meet his observer. And there's his expansion. A little bit later than ours, though. And I'm looking for his observer. I found a stalker. And that's going to go down. I'm looking for his observer while scouting his base. There it is. Told you I saw it. And it's going to get away. And he's going to try and chase it a little bit more. But we know we're playing against an expansion player. It looks like he went like Robo, then expansion after his 4 gates. As we can see, there's the Robo. So he is a little bit behind. Can't find his observer, but don't want to be too far out on the map. So we're just going to come back and play it defensive from here. So we're going to play in a very scouting style. We've got the Robo Bay down already. We're going to go straight for Thermal Ant, straight for a Colossus. And we're quite far ahead of him at the moment, as he's just now throwing down a couple of pylons. Maybe we've got pylon blocked. And we want to use that observer to scout his natural, so we're going to try and get it out and hide it. And right now we're playing almost parallel to each other. Maybe I've got a little bit of an advantage because I had my Robo facility down a lot earlier on compared to a 4 gate. So I may have a few more high-tech units. Still looking for his observer. And can't quite find it yet. And just having a look around. Going to take the gases on the natural immediately as we want to tech up. We're going to check his gases. We'll do some comparing. It is a mirror matchup, so you can compare if you want to find out where you are in the game. You can see if you're ahead, if you're behind. And that's what we're able to do with the observer. So we see, alright, great. Now we're comparing, we're ahead. You know, he hasn't not too far ahead, but he's only just now taken his gases, only just got probes down there. We're Chronobus into the nexus. And still no gases down by him, so he could be throwing gateways down, so we want to be, you know, cautious. Gonna go into the gas now, and we want to have a look for his army soon. Because, you know, if he moves out, we could be in a bit of danger. We're going to poke in now, check his production, check his army. Going to add on some more production of our own. Let's see what we see with the observer now. And we see, alright, so Forge Robo Base, so he is checking up Chronobus into the Nexus. 4 gateways, I suppose, because he's checking up, his army still will be there. Otherwise, we would see a lot of more gateways down instead. And so we're going to tech up and get a Forge down of our own. And the observer just now patiently looking in. Another Robo coming down. We will look to take a 3rd base soon, because you can't really hit a timing here. Maybe you can, but it's a very small window to hit, where his tech is catching up to ours quite fast. So we're just going to expand. So we saw how to execute a 2-base attack when ahead, and this is how to expand when equal, or a little bit ahead, I suppose you could say. We're going to now put a pylon on the right-hand side of the map, because if we take a 3rd base like this, guys, we're open to a bit of a timing of our own. For example, if he sees our 3rd base and then says, oh, okay, cool, I'm going to throw down gateways and I'm going to attack you, then we could be in danger, right? So that's what our probe's going to do on the right-hand side of this map. It's going to go down, build a pylon. We can scout his 3rd base and kind of know what's going on with that. You know, we can see if he's expanding to his 3rd base, if he's not, and so on. Alright, there's the observer. And we finally picked it off. We do have double Colossus coming down. I want to go to a total of 8 as soon as we can. There's the pylon and probe. And now we're just going to check out his 3rd base. Have a quickie looky. Double Colossus coming down. Chronobus into both of them. Want to get the double Colossus out as fast as possible. More pylons coming down. Make sure we can keep building units. And we see no 3rd base at the moment. So we're going to have to play this out. We're going to have to start making units now if he's going to come for a 2-base attack. We need to get the Twilight Council down and go to +2. Want to get Archons down because we've got a lot of gas as we're expanding. Got pretty good map vision. We see if he moves to the north now. We see if with our observer. We see if he goes to the middle with our Xel'Naga Tower. So we're okay for the time being. Take the gases on this base. We've got decent probes. Going to increase the gateway count now. And we're going to have a quick look in again at his production, because we see no 3rd base still. Alright, what do we have? 4 gateways still. Double Robo, Forge, Twilight Council. Okay, so with Twilight Council down, he's probably just going to take a 3rd base as well, not attacking. His army should be there, and it is. Cool. He's got 1-0 on his units. I'm just finishing with 1-0-2, so not too far behind. But right now, things are okay for us. We've got a 3rd base. He now, I can see on the minimap, is taking his 3rd base. And we get the Temple Archives down. There it is. We get Zealot Charge. And what you'll think is funny in a minute, I remember this. I said to myself, I wonder if I can force a cancel. Because I see his army with my observer. You'll see me go through it in a minute. I see his observer, and I see his army, with my observer. I'm like, wait a minute, well, if he doesn't react fast, maybe. And I think that's going to come in a couple of seconds' time. There it is. I'm like, go on, let's do it. Let's do it. Go on, let's do it. He sees it, and I think, I should be able to react in time, but he's not moving. So I'm going to try and get a cancel. These units do have +1. And let's see if it's going to work. More gateways coming down, because if we kill his 3rd base, he should attack us, right? And we're getting really close. And I'm like, no, it's going to work. More gateways coming down, and oh no, he has to cancel it, and that is disastrous. absolutely disastrous. And now I'm thinking he's just going to come and kill us, because that would have really peed him off a little bit, because that hurts a lot having that cancelled, especially if he knows ours is done. But we're going to keep on adding a lot of gateways now and get more and more down, and we're going to just... Oh, that probe's stuck. Okay, never mind, get a new one. He's got double forge down as well, and we're going to make some Archons. I'm going to start to use our gas and build a very strong army. And Zealot Charge almost done. +2 almost done. Gateway's almost ready as well. I just need a couple more pylons, then we can max out. And we do have a couple of sentries. I have 3 sentries. Want to get rid of one of them. You don't want 3. 2's okay. So I think I send one to its death. And we're just going to cannon now across the 2 bases we have. Because at this stage, DTs are possible. You always want to be cannoning as you take 3 to 4 bases. Because DTs do like to come in. People do like to use them. We're now just building our army up. We're trying to get the best army composition possible. We have 8 Colossus. I think we have 3 Immortals. We have about 4 Zealots at the moment, but we'll increase that. And we want not too many Stalkers, but we do want Blink. We don't have Blink at the moment, I don't think. And we have 2 Archons, want more and more of that. We got 40 supplies still able to use in a minute once we build a couple more pylons after we lost a couple across the map. And we're just kind of increasing our army composition. The best army composition, like I said, 8 Colossus, 3, 4 Immortals, bunch of Archons, like 5 Archons, 6 Archons, handful of Zealot Stalker, 1, 2 Sentries for a Guardian Shield. That's it. So that's our army comp now. We're going to move across. The second thing you need to focus on is basically position. So we'll look at that now as we move out. You want to take a 4th base and get a fleet beacon down and just play the late game anyway, just in case this doesn't work. But we are playing this very, very, very well in terms of spooning it up. And now we're going to have a quick look in here. We're going to take his Xel'Naga Tower away so we have vision. We're going to poke up to his natural to pull him out of position. Then we'll go back down to his 3rd base. So we're going to poke up now and we're going to kill these rocks. And that's going to pull him to the natural. It should pull him to the natural. We should see him go there. And then we're going to go to the 3rd base. So I see his units down the minimap. We're going to go build a pylon. He's force filtered down. Now let's get position. Fast, 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 fast. Run, 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 run. With the position we're about to take, we will absolutely demolish his army, or hope to do that. We've got good upgrades. We've got all these Colossus spread out. We want the Zealots and Archons at the front. Look at that spread. Really, really good. And now our Arc is just filtering. His army is just filtering through into our army. And our Colossus do so much. We got good upgrades. And we're just smashing through there. And look at that. Absolute annihilation. Destroying his army. We got all our Colossus remain. And now we just fall back. And because we've got a pylon there, let's warp in 16 Zealots or 14 Zealots. And then go again. Because they have charge. They're going to buffer our Colossus again. We got 8 Colossus. We've killed off like 3 or 4 of his. But we pick off the Nexus if he's not going to be there. And, you know, suffocating him again. With all our gas, we can now make Archons. We can transfer our main to the 4th. Build a mothership, and we can probably just make Archons now, and then go in again. We've got a great set of buffering and great damage output. I think we have +3 attack on our Colossus very soon, or +2 at the moment, +3 soon. And we're going to go ahead and take this on attack again. Don't want to get flanked at all. And yeah, we're going to take that. We'll have a look again on this right-hand side. Remember, we're at 4 bases versus 2 at the moment, so we're in really, really good shape. And now we're going to come down, and we're going to look for the fight again. Okay, there he is. We're just going to fight no matter what. Try and spread out again, so spread left and right, thin it out, kill this Nexus, and then come in again. So we're going to attack denied, and now we're just getting an attack. Do a lot of damage there. We got so much money. We got 4 bases versus 2 to 3. All our Zealots die, Archons die. We're just going to throw in there. I wish we had Blink with our Stalkers, which I look at, I'm like, damn it. And then we get right in close. So we're going to walk into his reinforcements. We are a little bit clumped up there, but it doesn't matter at this stage. We just kind of bring his Colossus count down, because if his Colossus count dies, then he's got nothing left. He's on 2 base, right? We're on 4. So we're going to bring down the Colossus. The Stalkers do come in to help out, and we do lose our Colossus count. And we're going to move our Stalkers in to deny another base down here as we take the 4th and get the mothership on the way and start to build another army. So there's his Nexus. We do have +3. And we're going to bring that down pretty fast, as you can see. And we don't have Blink to get out, but we're going to deny that. Now we can fall back to our mothership and so on, and that's going to annoy him even more. And start our Colossus production again. And mothership is now out. And with our mothership out, oh, he just leaves the game. Alright, so GG, Rainbow Dash in that game. And we played that out pretty well again. Slow and methodically is the word of the tutorial. Platinum player, though. So, upping it a little bit more. and we can play the next game. Probably our last game of the day. Last game of the day, we have played 3 so far. I want to try and get a 4th. And we'll load in a couple of moments' time. And we get a message saying, who the F are you? Platinum versus Bronze. I suppose he's very much so wondering. Apollo doing Protoss tutorials. What's he saying? Nothing. We'll have a look in a minute. So we've got a Zerg player. No Terran today. Hopefully get some more Terran in episode number 4. Oops, and now we're almost ready for this one. Entomb Valley is going to be the map. Picture or it didn't happen. Okay, check my YouTube later today. Well, tomorrow now, but today, sir, you will be on it, on the VOD. Alright, so Protoss vs. Zerg, we get our F1 keys down, F1, F2, F3, F4, screen locations, as Rainbow Dash says, great! The entire internet can see me mess up then. Hee. Alright, pylon down in a really good location. The pylon location there is going to be able to create a wall off with Forge, of course, Gateway. If any 6 gate's going to come, 6 pool, sorry, is going to come, we can wall off there, Forge, and then Gateway up from there. 6 pool, 7 pool, there's me clarifying the wall off again. 6 pool, 7 pool, 8 pool are common on here against Protoss, because it is more difficult to wall off, but if it does come, we will attempt to wall off. Alright, so I'm going to scout. We do scout early, so we do get to see. We're going to see an early pool. We do not see an early pool. Alright, so he's most likely just going to play it quite normal. He's got a drone scout and a drone following our probe, so he's got 2 drones not mining at the moment, which is not good for him. What's this guy saying? Well, hopefully you're going to say what I should have done then. I didn't really, did I? Anyway, moving on to this. Our plan here, and what I wanted to show you, because it looks like we are going to see quite a normal game. We're going to see Pool Hatchery by him. On Entomb Valley is a good map for you to go fast third nexus, right? I don't think I've shown it before on any of the other episodes, so I'm going to show you how to take a fast third nexus against standardized play. But we need to confirm he's taking the third base first. And once we confirm that, then I'll show you how to do it. But for now, we've got nexus first because there's no early spawning pool. I'm going to get Forge down. Another pylon. Sorry if I sound a little bit blocked up today. I'm a little bit of a cold, so excuse me. Alright, so we're going to get the probe kill if we can. 2 probes. Hatchery down in the main base. Spawning pool down as well. No lings making yet, so I'll actually get Gateway before cannon. We can see that he's not building any. So Gateway before cannon, because he's not building lings. Chronobus in the Nexus. And we will adjust our gas timing this time. You know, we messed up a little bit before. So we get Gateway, cannon, then gas. And everything will be a lot more streamlined. And then we get back in. And now he's Chronobus into probes. We'll take the gases in a couple moments' time. Do want to go check out his third base, though. I kind of forgot about that. I'll send another probe out, or the same probe out again in a second. There's that probe. Go on, get out. You're going to check his third base, mate. Take gas in our main. I'm going to transfer down. And Chronoboost and keep building probes here. A little bit late with scouting his third base because it should have gone down at 4 minutes and it's now 4:30 and we're not even close to going out yet. And we will send it now eventually. We'll get out there. Get into the gas in the main base. We will want to create this wall off of the cybercore. But before we make the conscious decision to go ahead and expand to a third base fast, I did want to confirm what we're playing against. So for now, we're just playing standard. We're going to create the wall off, which is cybercore, and then we'll leave a space for the zealot, and you'll see. In between there is a space for a probe and zealot to wall off. And now let's find out what's going to happen on his third base. What is there, a hatchery? Is there not? It looks like there is. Okay, cool. So upon seeing this hatchery down there, we know we're playing against. He's going to have very late speed. He's not going to have units out for a while. So we're going to take a relatively fast third base. Before gas is taken, going to get a sentry down. Zealot sentry. So Zealot's going to go to the rocks early on. We're just literally going to throw down the Nexus right now, right here. That probe's going straight for it. He's going to build a pylon to make a wall off first, then into the Nexus, then to gateway, creating a gateway wall off. 3 gateway wall off with a cannon behind. There's a Zealot. And then sentry behind. There's a very early Nexus. So what's that, 9-minute Nexus? 8-minute Nexus.
And we just want to stay there with the probe to build the 3 gateway wall off, of course, guys. And so it's just like this. So it's got 1 gateway on the right hand side, then a gateway in the middle, and 1 more gateway again, and then a cannon behind, and you're walled in. So it's really, really good. It's a solid wall off there. Let's get that last gateway down. There it is. And then just a cannon behind it, and you're good. Now you've got 3 bases. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it's going to be very difficult for him to play against it. When he does play against it, there's going to be 2 ways for Zerg to deal with this. They either go Hydra drop, Mutalisk, excuse me, Mutalisk, or potentially just take a 4th base. Take a sip of water, excuse me. Alright, so Robo going to go down because Robo is going to be able to give us the Observer. And with the Observer, that's going to help us find out what exactly is going on. So that's what our plan is. We're not going to chrono base into the cyber. We do have a cannon now helping destroy those rocks. And with that cannon, we can take the gases now and start to evolve our tech. And we will get +1 attack now as well. I'm just chrono basing the cyber core. So everything's... Oops, hit my mic, sorry. Everything's really good now. Set up really, really well. We're going to chrono base into the nexus. We can get this nexus mining now. Good probes in the main. We're going to transfer a couple down and good probes on the natural. And then we'll whip into this 3rd base. He now sees the 3rd base. He pokes it with a link. He sees it. And now he's going to have to choose what his strategy is going to be against it. Depending on what we see with our observer initially, we'll adapt again. Because we have a couple of things to do ourselves. We can either play defensive against Mutalisks. We can go double Robo for double Colossus early on. We can go for a 3-base timing versus fast 4th base and Hive. We got the Twilight Cancel coming down, so we can get into +2 pretty on and get Blink if he does go for Mutalisk, which is a common response to a fast 3rd base. And we'll get the Observer out now, and we'll find out what's going to happen. We'll get the warp gates down as well on that 3rd base. And we're just starting to macro up. We don't really need to defend too much, because we don't need a lot of units, because we got this sick wall off. And let's find out what's going on. So, we got the Observer in. Okay, only 1 gas and natural, so it seems like Ling Roach at the moment. There's a Roach Warren. There's a layer coming down. Double Evolution Chamber, though. So, Double Evolution Chamber says he's not afraid to macro. He's not afraid to tech up and upgrade. So we're going to keep chrono into the Nexus to get these probes out. We scout his 3rd base. Gas is taken. Alright, and a lot of probes on that 3rd base. So from what I can see now, it looks like he's going to be taking a fast 4th base. He's got a lot of probes. He's got very few units, as we can see, like 2 lings. Oh, and there's a drone going off. So, okay, so he's going to take a 4th base. So now what we're going to do is make a timing. Oh, dear God, my probes. Oh, no. Get into gas, guys. Get into minerals. So what we're going to start to build now, even though we're supply blocked a little bit here, and we do get quite a bit supply blocked, is we're going to build a timing around +2 and his 4th base and Hive. It's going to be Stalker, a Mortal, maybe a Colossus or 2, and just a lot of gateways, a lot of big Stalkers, and we're just going to try and nail it. So we're going to get in there roughly about 13-14 minutes before Hive is done. Going to chrono boost out Mortals as much as we can, and we start to build this up. So gateway, we chrono boost, we warp gate it up. Got some more Stalkers, going to chrono boost into that forge. We're building a timing now. We've got the gateways coming down. That puts us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gateways at the moment. We probably want roughly 14 to 16, so we still want a couple more gateways to come down before we're ready to go. As we do scout Roach Ling, we see that he's just not really building units at the moment, and an Overlord comes in to seize our gateways on the 3rd base, but it doesn't really tell him too much of what's going on. We start to increase our sentry count. We have a lot of gas, a little bit pylon blocked again here, which is hurting us. And we have to get some more pylons down, more gateways. We're getting these warp gates up though, and now we do realise that we're pylon blocked, or get more gateways. So we're at about 15 gateways now, I think that is, 14, 15 gateways. We realise that we're pylon blocked. I'm like, God damn it, stop getting pylon blocked. 6 pylons come down at once. And we're going to start to make our movement out very, very shortly here. 12 minutes currently on the clock. I'm +2 soon. We'll wait for that last Immortal, and then we'll go, I think. Big drone transfer, Ling upgrade, 0-0 at the moment. 4th base taken, got an Observer there. And as these pylons finish up, we'll chrono boost out this Immortal and then warp in more and more Stalkers. We're going to hit this timing. And we're pushing up now, like 142 supply, 3 more gateways coming down. And as soon as this Immortal's ready, we're going to make our movement out, or even make our movement out before. And get that Immortal just coming down. And we start to build our pylons around that 4th base. So his Roach upgrades, has what +1 carapace at the moment. Gotta go forward with this. And we're going to rest out +3 just in case this doesn't work. A couple of force fields just to make sure we do get those roaches. And he has got borrow, and we're going to have to build an observer. Oh, we got an observer. So we got 2 observers. So use the one on the natural with our army, and we'll bring it together. Force fields have to be really, really good against this. We don't have Colossus, so we're going to have to section off really well against potential infestors and so on. But that should be okay. And a very powerful attack. He's going to sacrifice it, so it looks like he may be trying to bunker up on the high ground with infestors with spines. So upon bringing this 4th base down, all you're looking to do now is break in, get the observer, get vision on the high ground, and blink in. We're hitting a perfect timing. It's before 14 minutes here. Really, really solid timing. Get rid of some creep. And we'll use our observer to look up, find out if he's out of position or not. And then we'll make our move. Come from the left-hand side. He's defending on the left. We come up the right. And no, he's going to lose position. And we can force field it in between, the little channel in between. And that is disastrous for any Zerg player. And we even see... Oh, I thought that was an achievement, so you are in position or something. But those force fields are incredible. And no matter what he does here, infestors, corruptors, roaches, it doesn't matter. Because that is just too good of a position. He's not getting anything done, and we can blink in, pick off some infestors, and we're hitting this timing really well here. A good 3-base, fast 3-base, anti-hive timing. The corruptors are ready to morph the broodlords. We hit that well, and unfortunately for him, he can't do anything about that, guys. And there's a solid 3-base timing. GG called. And that's it, really, as we finish up every game here today, and we get all the victories down and so on. We do face off against a platinum player. And that was quite swift. So far in the episodes today, they have different varieties of style. And PvP Stargate, we had PvP Robo. We had this game. We had a couple of Zerg games. We didn't have any Terran, unfortunately, today. But I hope you guys did enjoy watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can go click in the top left and subscribe. You hit the subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. And dead.